Cena, up goes Cena, down goes Cena, power bomb by Gunther.
What's going on, WWE fans? You're watching The Ring Report, where the wrestling never stops. Subscribe, hit the bell, and let's break it down. Saturday night's main event delivered a moment that didn't just surprise the audience. It redefined the landscape. What began as a marquee clash between champions quickly transformed into a declaration of arrival. Obafemi didn't step onto the main roster seeking validation or experience. He stepped in to take ground. When the crowd's reaction shifted and Cody Rhodes found himself fighting uphill, it became clear this was no routine showcase. This was WWE testing the future against the present, and the future didn't blink. The result sent a ripple through the arena and across the wrestling world, forcing fans to question hierarchy, momentum, and timing. This wasn't about disrespecting legacy. It was about accelerating evolution. One decisive night reframed expectations, elevated a new powerhouse, and signaled that WWE's next era may already be standing in the spotlight. A night that refused to follow the script. From the moment the show began, the atmosphere hinted at unpredictability. Saturday night's main event carried a premium energy, but no one anticipated how sharply the narrative would pivot. When Obafemi's presence drew reactions rivaling Cody Rhodes, it created an immediate sense of imbalance. WWE audiences are conditioned to feel momentum shifts, and this one felt intentional. The match didn't exist to celebrate familiarity. It existed to challenge it. As the contest unfolded, the crowd slowly realized they weren't watching a symbolic exhibition. They were watching a hierarchy being tested in real time. That awareness changed everything. By the time the final bell rang, the event had transformed from entertainment into a statement. This wasn't a detour. It was a destination moment. Obafemi's path. Carved through NXT. Obafemi's rise didn't begin on this stage. It was forged through consistent dominance in NXT, where he separated himself through presence as much as performance. His championship reigns weren't built on shortcuts or fluke moments. They were constructed through physical authority, calm confidence, and an aura that suggested inevitability. Defeating Ricky Saints at NXT Deadline to become a two-time champion wasn't treated as a breakthrough. It was treated as confirmation. WWE positioned Oba not as a developmental project, but as a finished weapon. His body language, pacing, and restraint communicated readiness. When WWE granted him a champion versus champion opportunity, it wasn't charity. It was trust. The groundwork had already been laid. Saturday night's main event was simply the moment they allowed the rest of the audience to catch up. Cody Rhodes as the standard bearer. Cody Rhodes entered the match carrying more than the undisputed WWE Championship. He carried narrative gravity. His journey embodies perseverance, identity, and emotional payoff, making him the emotional anchor of the modern main roster. WWE has framed Cody as the embodiment of earned success. Someone who climbed, fell, rebuilt, and finally arrived. That positioning made him the perfect measuring stick. If Obafemi could stand toe-to-toe with Cody, it would validate his potential. If he could defeat him clean, it would redefine it. Cody wasn't protected because protection wasn't the goal. Credibility was. That choice elevated the match beyond competition. It turned it into a referendum on whether WWE's future could confront its present without apology. A match. Told on Oba's terms. From the opening exchange, it was evident this match would not follow Cody's usual rhythm. Obafemi imposed himself physically and psychologically. His offense wasn't rushed or reckless. It was deliberate. Each lift, strike, and counter communicated control. Cody is known for adaptability, yet here he was constantly reacting rather than dictating. That distinction mattered. The crowd sensed it immediately. This wasn't a balanced showcase designed to protect both competitors equally. WWE told a story of pressure, composure, and dominance. Oba didn't look overwhelmed by the stage. He looked empowered by it. When he delivered Fall from Grace and secured the pinfall, the reaction wasn't disbelief. It was realization. The company had made its decision clear. The crowd's shift. From shock to awe. The audience response evolved in real time. Initial shock gave way to stunned silence, then to excited noise. Fans didn't reject the outcome. They processed it. That's an important distinction. The clean finish removed excuses and forced acceptance. There was no interference to blame, no distraction to debate. Oba won because he was better that night. Social media mirrored that progression, shifting from disbelief to analysis within minutes. This wasn't backlash. It was engagement. WWE thrives when fans argue possibilities rather than outcomes. The clarity of the result ensured the conversation focused on implications, not legitimacy. That clarity is rare, and it's why the moment resonated so deeply. Obafemi's status instantly redefined. This victory changes everything for Obafemi. He is no longer viewed through the lens of potential. He is now a proven main event threat. WWE does not hand out clean wins over its top champion lightly. This decision instantly elevates Oba into conversations about world titles, major rivalries, and long-term positioning. He doesn't need introduction segments or validation promos. His credibility is established through action. Other superstars must now respond to him as an equal or a threat. Fans must recalibrate expectations. This wasn't a trial run, it was an arrival. WWE has effectively accelerated Oba's timeline, and with it, the urgency around his booking increases significantly. Cody Rhodes and the power of defeat for Cody Rhodes. This loss is not a setback, it's fuel. His career has always thrived on adversity. Every meaningful chapter of his story includes struggle, followed by growth. This defeat adds depth rather than damage. It opens narrative doors that a protected reign could never access. Cody now faces questions about strategy, confidence, and evolution. WWE can explore self-doubt, renewed hunger, or even tonal shifts in his character. Losses, when used correctly, humanize champions. They remind fans why the climb matters. Cody's response will define the next phase of his reign, and that uncertainty is compelling. This moment didn't weaken him. It made his next move essential. Creative paths now wide open. WWE has created a rare situation where multiple directions feel meaningful. A rematch between Cody and Oba carries genuine stakes, not manufactured tension. Alternatively, Oba could dismantle other main roster names to reinforce that his win wasn't isolated. Alliances could form around him either to elevate or oppose his rise. Cody could pivot into new rivalries shaped by urgency rather than dominance. The key is commitment. WWE must lean into the momentum they've created. Hesitation would dilute the impact. Debate among fans is healthy. It signals investment. What matters now is follow-through. This moment demands continuity. Shifting the hierarchy of WWE. This result signals a philosophical shift. WWE is telling its audience that tenure alone no longer guarantees safety. Performance and presence matter more than seniority. That unpredictability refreshes the product. Fans crave moments where the future doesn't wait its turn. Obafemi represents that disruption. Cody represents the standard. Their collision wasn't disrespectful. It was necessary. By allowing the future to win decisively, WWE injected authenticity into its evolution. This is how eras transition, not quietly, but through undeniable impact. A statement that echoes forward. From a broader perspective, this wasn't just a match result. It was a message. WWE is confident enough in its direction to take risks that reshape perception. Obafemi's victory announces that the next generation is not coming. It's already here. Cody Rhodes remains a cornerstone, now enriched by challenge. The main event scene feels predictable again, and that's invaluable. Fans are watching closely because the rules feel rewritten. Saturday night's main event didn't just create a moment, it altered momentum. The future didn't knock. It kicked the door open.